Hi, this session will guide you on how to do goods return and accounts payable credit memo and SAP Business One. So there are cases that when we purchase a good from our vendor, there are possibility that the items received are either damaged or not of the quality that we are seeking for. So what do? We either return it to our vendor, or we can also return it to the vendor and acquire credit from our vendor before or after having the actual invoice. So let's start with the goods return. Okay. So take note that the goods return is something that we can only use if we only have the GRPO. Okay, meaning that the invoice is not yet created. So let's say during the process, we have the purchase order, then we have the GRPO. So again, during the GRPO, you're able to receive the items and you're able to check the items with regards to their quality or their quality, for example. So yeah, again, upon checking, some of the items received are damaged. So in order to offset the GRPO, we'll be using the goods return. So how to do that? So let's start with our purchasing module. So let's start with the very first step. As usual, we have the purchase order. So find our vendor, add items. Okay, so please take note of the current stock level of my items, but this time I'm going to only choose one item. Okay, so currently we have 100. Okay, anyway, so assuming that I'm going to purchase 50 items from my vendor. So add the document, then open purchase order. Next is copy to GRPO. Okay, so wait, again, it's during the GPRO that you're able to check that there are damaged items or items that are not of the quality that you are hoping. Okay, so let's add this document. Let's close. Then let me first check the current inventory level. Okay, so since we already have the GRPO, the stock quantity automatically increased from 100 to 150. But again, we'll be applying GRPO assuming that we receive damaged items. Okay, so from our purchasing, GRPO plus data record, and copy to goods return. So the goods return document will be opened, and this time we'll not be returning all. Okay, so we'll only be returning a portion. So for example, we have 10 damaged items. So okay, so we already have the quantity, and let's add the document. Okay, so close the goods return, and let's go back to GRPO. So I'll just refresh this one. Okay, this time, so AP invoice. So we now have the AP invoice. Then, okay, going to teach you the shortcut way of going to the banking module. Okay, from AP invoice, right click, payment means. Then, as usual, select your petty cash, then copy balance due, then click OK, then click add. Okay. Okay, so we're done with the purchasing process, applying goods return. So let's check the relationship map. So open the first document. Again, in this case, we have the purchase order. Right click, relationship map. Okay. So as you can see in this particular relationship map. So instead of having only the four steps, of course, so this time, okay, by applying goods return, so it's the goods return is able to offset the GRPO. Okay. And as you can see in the amount, we have this 8,000 plus. Then because we apply goods return, we now have 7,000 plus, and that's the amount that we also have settled. Okay. So let's try looking to our current inventory level. Okay. So a while ago, during the purchasing process, we purchased 50, and applying the goods return, we returned 10 items to our vendor. Therefore, our credit inventory level is 140. So this time, let's talk about AP credit memo. So AP credit memo is used if we already have the invoice. Okay, so this is to credit after, okay, having the invoice during the purchasing process. So we'll be doing the shortcut method. So we'll start with the AP invoice and applying the credit memo. Okay, so let's do it. Still from purchasing, this time we'll be using AP invoice. So again, the AP invoice is the only mandatory document in the purchasing process. Okay, this time I have the keyboard. So the same going to purchase an additional 50. Then add the document. Sorry, posting date. Okay, so let's open our AP invoice. Copy to AP credit memo. Okay, so let's put how much items will be credited and add the document. Then let's go to banking. Then let's check. So this time we have the AP invoice relationship. Okay. So as you can see here, so we have the original AP invoice amounting to 11,000. And since we credited 10 of the items, assuming those are damaged items, amounting to 2,000, and we only have to pay the 9,000 amount of goods purchased. So let's check our inventory, by the way. Okay. So as you can see, so again, we purchased 10, 50 rather. We purchased an additional 50 for the keyboard and returning 10 using the credit memo. Therefore, we also have 140 stocks for this particular item. So that's how easy doing goods return and AP credit memo and SAP business